The Biology of Belief by Bruce Lipton. Unlocking the hidden power of your thoughts. Have you ever wondered just how powerful your thoughts really are? Not just in shaping your perspective or influencing your emotions, but in literally transforming your biology. This is the central idea in The Biology of Belief by Dr. Bruce Lipton, a renowned cell biologist who challenges the traditional scientific view that our genes determine our fate. Through decades of research, Lipton reveals a new paradigm, that our beliefs, perceptions, and environment have a far greater impact on our biology than we ever imagined. A new biology emerges. For much of modern science, biology was dominated by the concept of genetic determinism, the belief that DNA is destiny, that our genes hold a blueprint that controls every aspect of our physical and even emotional selves. This belief left little room for choice or change. But Dr. Lipton's research, particularly in the field of cell biology, told a different story. He discovered that the environment surrounding our cells had a far greater influence on cellular behavior than the genes themselves. It wasn't the DNA that was calling the shots, it was the cell's membrane, responding to signals from the outside world. This opened the door to a revolutionary idea. We are not victims of our genes. We are architects of our biology. Let's take an example. Identical twins share the same DNA, yet one may develop a disease while the other remains healthy. Why? The difference lies not in their genes but in their environment, lifestyle, and perception of the world around them. The power of perception. Lipton emphasizes that our perception is everything. The brain processes our experiences and sends chemical signals to our body. These signals directly affect how our cells behave. If we perceive danger, our brain triggers a stress response releasing hormones like cortisol and adrenaline. These chemicals prepare us to fight or flee, but also suppress the immune system and reduce our capacity for growth and healing. On the other hand, feelings of love, gratitude, and safety create a very different chemical environment, one that supports health, cellular regeneration, and well-being. In this way, perception is not just a mental experience. It becomes a biological command. Change your perception, and you change your biology. The science of epigenetics. One of the most groundbreaking concepts Lipton introduces is epigenetics, the study of how environmental factors influence gene expression. Genes are like switches. Epigenetic factors such as stress, diet, beliefs, and emotions can turn these switches on or off. For instance, chronic stress might activate genes related to inflammation and disease, while positive experiences can activate genes associated with healing and growth. This means your daily thoughts, the food you eat, the quality of your relationships, and even the amount of sleep you get are all sending instructions to your genes. And the message is clear. You are not a passive observer of your genetic code, you are a participant in your genetic destiny. The mind-body connection. Lipton also explains the power of the subconscious mind. Our subconscious holds deeply rooted beliefs, many of which were programmed during our childhood. These beliefs operate like autopilot systems, guiding over 90% of our daily actions. If you've ever tried to change a habit, only to find yourself falling back into old patterns, you've experienced the power of the subconscious. The key is to reprogram these beliefs, replacing limiting or negative patterns with empowering ones. Lipton suggests techniques like affirmations, visualization, meditation, energy psychology practices like Psych-K or emotional freedom technique, EFT. These tools help bridge the gap between conscious intentions and subconscious programming, aligning your inner world with the outcomes you desire. The healing power of belief. Many documented cases of spontaneous healing have puzzled doctors for decades. Lipton suggests that in many cases, the mind played a central role. Belief can act as a placebo, initiating healing processes simply because we believe something will help us. But it can also act as a nocebo, causing harm when we believe something will hurt us. The placebo effect, often dismissed in medical trials, is actually a powerful demonstration of the mind's capacity to influence the body. This isn't magic. It's biology responding to expectation. If belief can create illness or cure it, then it becomes clear. Our beliefs are among the most powerful tools we have for health, happiness, and transformation. From victim to creator. Perhaps the most empowering takeaway from the biology of belief is this: you are not a victim of your biology. You are the creator of it. You have the ability to influence your health, your energy, your emotions, and your future not through some external miracle, but through the way you choose to think, feel, and live. Dr. Lipton's message is one of personal responsibility, but also one of hope. No matter what your past has been, no matter your family history, you can choose new beliefs and create a new biology. Final thoughts. The biology of belief offers a revolutionary shift in how we see ourselves, not as static machines governed by genes, but as dynamic beings shaped by consciousness. Your mind is not just a bystander in your health. It is a powerful participant. So the next time you look in the mirror, remember, you're not just seeing skin and cells, you're seeing the expression of your thoughts, beliefs, and love. And the best part, you have the power to change all of it. How to reprogram the subconscious mind. Bruce Lipton emphasizes that the subconscious mind is like a powerful tape recorder. It stores all the beliefs, habits, and patterns we've absorbed mostly during our early childhood between birth and the age of 7. During that time, our brain operates primarily in theta wave state, which is highly suggestible, meaning we absorb ideas and behaviors from our environment without questioning them. These early programs then run 95% of our lives on autopilot. So, how can we change these automatic programs? 1. Understanding the power of the subconscious. The first step is awareness. Most of our limiting beliefs are hidden. For instance, someone might want to be successful, but deep down they hold a belief that they don't deserve success. That subconscious program silently sabotages their efforts. To begin reprogramming, we must become conscious of our unconscious patterns. Pay attention to repetitive life challenges, emotional triggers, and areas where you feel stuck. These are clues to the subconscious beliefs running the show. 2. Mindfulness and observing self-talk. Lipton suggests becoming the observer of your thoughts. When you notice negative self-talk or limiting beliefs, "I'm not good enough, I can't change," don't fight them, observe them. Once they're visible, they become editable. 3. Using affirmations with feeling. Affirmations are powerful when used correctly. The key is emotion. The subconscious mind learns through repetition and feeling. Simply repeating, "I am confident," without feeling it has little impact. But if you visualize yourself acting confidently, feel that emotion, and repeat the affirmation daily, the subconscious starts to absorb it. Morning and night are the best times, as the brain naturally dips into theta state, ideal for subconscious reprogramming. 4. Hypnosis and guided meditations. Hypnosis isn't what movies make it out to be. It's simply a relaxed brainwave state that opens the subconscious to suggestion. Bruce Lipton supports the use of hypnosis audio tracks or guided meditations to plant new, empowering beliefs directly into the subconscious. Even short 10-minute sessions before sleep can be effective when done consistently. 5. Repetition and habit formation. Just as bad habits were formed through repetition, new ones can be too. Daily repetition of a new belief or behavior, especially when emotionally charged, rewires the brain over time. Think of the brain as a garden. The subconscious is the soil. Every thought is a seed. If you consistently plant seeds of confidence, love, and possibility, your life will begin to reflect that inner change. 6. Environment and community. Lipton also emphasizes the role of the environment. Surround yourself with people, images, and environments that reflect the new beliefs you want to adopt. If you're trying to believe in abundance, but you're surrounded by scarcity thinking, the old patterns will keep getting reinforced. Changing your environment supports and accelerates subconscious reprogramming. The science behind epigenetics, a revolutionary shift in understanding our genes. Epigenetics is a groundbreaking field that challenges the traditional understanding of genetics. It explores how gene expression, the process of turning genes on or off, is influenced not only by inherited DNA but also by environmental factors. This area of study reveals that our biology is not solely determined by our genes but is shaped by our surroundings, lifestyle, and even our thoughts and emotions. 1. What is epigenetics? Epigenetics examines changes in gene expression that don't involve altering the DNA sequence. While our genetic code remains unchanged, external factors can modify how genes are expressed. These changes can be passed down through generations, adding complexity to how traits are inherited. Epigenetics involves modifications to DNA or proteins around which it's wrapped, which can activate or silence specific genes. This discovery challenges the deterministic view of genetics, showing that genes are responsive to environmental factors and not static blueprints of our biology. 2. How epigenetics contradicts genetic determinism. For years, genetic determinism suggested that our DNA dictates our physical traits, health, and behavior. Epigenetics refutes this idea, demonstrating that the environment can influence which genes are expressed. External factors like lifestyle, nutrition, and emotions can turn genes on or off, thus shaping our biology. For example, environmental factors like smoking or pollution can activate dormant cancer-related genes, while a healthy lifestyle may suppress disease-promoting genes, leading to better overall health. 3. How environment influences gene expression. Epigenetics reveals how environmental factors such as nutrition, stress, toxins, and physical activity affect gene expression. These factors trigger chemical changes in DNA that regulate gene function. Nutrition. A healthy diet rich in vitamins and antioxidants can activate genes related to cell repair and disease prevention. In contrast, poor nutrition may promote disease. Stress and emotions. Chronic stress can alter genes involved in inflammation and immune function. Emotional states like anxiety or trauma can cause lasting changes in the brain, affecting mental and physical health. Toxins and pollution. Exposure to chemicals like BPA can interfere with gene expression, leading to health issues such as hormonal imbalances or developmental problems. Physical activity. Exercise influences genes related to muscle growth and cardiovascular health. A sedentary lifestyle can activate genes associated with obesity and chronic disease. Thoughts and beliefs. Studies suggest that our thoughts and emotions, especially those in the subconscious, influence gene expression. Practices like meditation and mindfulness have been shown to reduce stress-related gene expression and promote healing. 4. Real scientific examples and studies. 2 key studies highlight the impact of epigenetics. The Dutch hunger winter study. Children born during the 1944 to 1945 Dutch famine showed epigenetic changes linked to increased risks of obesity, diabetes, and cardiovascular disease, even though their genetic code remained the same. The agouti mice study. Researchers found that a diet rich in methyl donors could turn off the agouti gene in mice, affecting coat color and health. This study demonstrated how diet influences gene expression and long-term health outcomes. 5. Conclusion. Bridging science and spirituality. Epigenetics not only revolutionizes our understanding of genetics but also blends science with spirituality. It shows that our biology is not fixed by our genes but is shaped by our environment and experiences. This opens up the possibility of influencing our health and well-being through conscious choices, such as diet, stress management, and cultivating positive emotions. By exploring the fascinating world of epigenetics, we can begin to appreciate the interconnectedness of mind, body, and environment, leading to a more holistic approach to health and healing. The power of positive thinking in biology. The power of positive thinking is not just a well-being concept or a spiritual practice, but also a phenomenon backed by science. Thoughts and emotions have a direct impact on our biology, particularly in the functioning of our nervous system, hormones, and at the cellular level, in how our genes are expressed. How thoughts create hormonal and chemical changes in the body. The human brain has an astonishing ability to influence the body through the production of neurotransmitters and hormones. When we think positively, our brain releases substances like dopamine, serotonin, and endorphins, known as the happiness hormones. These substances not only make us feel good but also have tangible effects on our physical health. For example, dopamine can improve memory, motivation, and mood, while endorphins help reduce pain and stress. On the other hand, negative thoughts or chronic stress can increase the production of hormones like cortisol, the stress hormone. Prolonged high levels of cortisol can have negative effects on the body, such as a weakened immune system, increased inflammation, and a higher risk of chronic diseases like diabetes, heart disease, and depression. What happens at the cellular level when you think with fear versus when you think with love? Emotions and thoughts significantly affect cellular function. In a state of fear, the body enters fight or flight mode, where cells are primed to respond quickly to a threat. This constant state of alertness can take a toll on health over time as the body is exposed to excess stress hormones, disrupting cellular repair and accelerating aging. Conversely, when we experience love, gratitude, or compassion, a biological state of growth and healing is activated. Positive emotions trigger the release of hormones like oxytocin, known as the love hormone, which promotes healing, cellular regeneration, and a stronger immune response. In this state, the body can repair itself, reduce inflammation, and improve overall well-being. At the cellular level, this translates into more efficient biological processes, such as DNA repair and tissue regeneration. Cells are able to work in harmony, promoting health and internal balance. Techniques to cultivate a healthy mental environment. Creating a positive and healthy mental environment is crucial not only for emotional well-being but also for physical health. Here are some effective techniques to cultivate positive thinking. Meditation and mindfulness. Practicing mindfulness helps focus on the present moment and reduce negative thoughts. Techniques like loving-kindness meditation can increase oxytocin production and reduce stress. Positive visualization. Imagine a future where everything is going well. Positive visualization can reinforce confidence and reduce fear, activating brain centers responsible for motivation and well-being. Positive affirmations. Repeating daily affirmations can help reprogram your mind and reinforce positive thought patterns. Affirmations like, "I am capable," "I am at peace," or "I am surrounded by love" are powerful tools to transform your mindset. Gratitude practices. Making a daily list of things you're grateful for increases dopamine and serotonin production, creating a sense of satisfaction and happiness. This, in turn, improves overall health. This topic is perfect for audiences familiar with meditation, positive psychology, and well-being. The key is to combine science with spiritual and emotional practices to create a lasting impact. Love versus fear. How they affect your health. Love and fear are two of the most powerful emotions we experience as humans, and they have a direct impact on our health. These two emotional states activate different systems in the body and can profoundly influence our physical and mental well-being. How fear activates the protection mode, chronic stress. When we experience fear, our body enters what is known as protection mode, or the fight or flight response. This mechanism is essential for survival in dangerous situations, but when it is activated chronically due to stress or anxiety, it can be harmful to health. Fear triggers the release of hormones like cortisol and adrenaline, which prepare the body to face a threat. However, if this response is constantly activated due to everyday worries or negative thoughts, it can lead to overload in the nervous system. Over time, chronic stress can result in a range of health problems, including heart disease. Cortisol and adrenaline raise blood pressure, increasing the risk of hypertension and cardiovascular issues. Digestive disorders. Constant stress can interfere with digestion, promoting conditions like irritable bowel syndrome, IBS, and heartburn. Depression and anxiety. Prolonged fear can disrupt the chemical balance in the brain, leading to mood disorders. How love and gratitude activate the growth and healing mode. In contrast, when we experience love, gratitude, or compassion, the body enters a growth and healing state. These emotions promote the release of substances like oxytocin, which is linked to stress reduction and immune system strengthening. Additionally, love and gratitude have positive effects on the brain and body, strengthening the immune system. Oxytocin and other well-being neurotransmitters can reduce inflammation and promote cellular healing. This helps prevent disease and speed up recovery. Improving cardiovascular health. Positive emotions like love contribute to lower blood pressure and a healthier heart rate. Emotional well-being. Love and gratitude have a direct impact on brain chemistry, promoting mental well-being and reducing anxiety and depression. Daily practices to shift from fear to love. Shifting from fear to love doesn't mean ignoring negative emotions, but rather learning to manage them effectively to foster inner peace. Here are some practices that can help you cultivate a more loving and less reactive mindset. Mindfulness and deep breathing. These practices help calm the nervous system and reduce fear, bringing you back to the present moment. Gratitude practice. Making a daily list of things you're thankful for can shift your focus from the negative to the positive, fostering a more loving emotional state. Compassion meditation. This practice encourages you to cultivate feelings of kindness toward yourself and others, activating the release of oxytocin and helping replace fear with love. Connecting with loved ones. Positive social contact, whether with friends, family, or partners, can activate the love networks in your brain, reducing stress and promoting well-being. Lessons learned from the biology of belief. We are not victims of our genes. For decades, we believed that our DNA determined who we are. But Bruce Lipton shows us that our thoughts, emotions, and beliefs can actually influence the way our genes express themselves. We don't inherit a fixed fate, we inherit a world of potential. The cellular environment is everything. A cell's behavior is not controlled by its nucleus, but by the signals it receives from its environment. And in humans, that environment is shaped largely by our thoughts and emotions. Our bodies listen to what we feel. Perception creates reality. What matters most isn't what happens around us, but how we interpret it. Every perception sends biochemical messages to our cells. If we live in fear, our biology shifts into protection mode. But when we live in love, the body opens up to growth and healing. The subconscious mind rules our lives. We operate from the subconscious 95% of the time. That subconscious is full of old programming beliefs we absorbed during childhood that continue to shape our adult lives without us even realizing. We can rewrite those programs. With tools like affirmations, meditation, repetition, and hypnosis, we can transform limiting beliefs. We can rewire the subconscious mind to support health, happiness, and fulfillment. Love is medicine. Emotions like gratitude, joy, and compassion don't just feel good, they change our biology. Living with love and coherence isn't just spiritual, it's biological. These states activate healing and resilience in the body. Science and spirituality are not enemies. What we once saw as separate fields, biology and consciousness, cells and soul, are deeply connected. This book bridges that gap, showing how science is beginning to validate the power of the mind and spirit. You have the power to change your life. Every thought you choose, every belief you hold, is shaping your reality. When you shift your mindset, you begin to rewrite the story that your body is telling. Personal transformation leads to global change. When individuals awaken to their inner power and begin living from consciousness, from love, from truth, this energy ripples outward. The evolution of humanity begins within. Final message. If this message touched you, if you feel the call to reclaim your power and transform your life from the inside out, subscribe to the channel for more inspiring content like this. Click the thumbs up if you found value in this video and share it with someone who might need to hear it today. Together, we're building a community rooted in awareness, healing, and transformation. Thank you for being here. Your biology is always listening, and now you know you can speak to it.